Hey everyone, welcome to Car Review. Today we're going to do a no spoiler review of the movie Mortal Kombat. So let's get into it. So, Mortal Kombat is a new movie based off of the video game series of the same name. And in this movie, you have an MMA fighter named Cole who realizes he has been marked to enter this special tournament called Mortal Kombat, where he has to fight on Earth's behalf to protect Earth from warriors from different planets and galaxies and dimensions and the whole deal. And I did not like this movie. I thought this was one of the worst things I've ever seen. Definitely one of the worst films of not only 2021 but maybe even this past decade. And I know Mortal Kombat has had two other movies come out way long time ago. I don't even know when. I'm gonna say 80s or 90s. Um, and they are deemed, the only good video game movies, but they are more regarded for being so bad that they're good. They're so cheesy and in your face that you can't help but like them. But everyone knows that those movies are not genuinely good. It has those fans, it has those loyal supporters, and if you're one of them, great. I mean, power to you. I'm not trying to put those people down, but I really think that in the pantheon of movies, it's not considered good, definitively good. Same with this new one in 2021. It will have its followers, and I'm sure perhaps it is maybe better than the originals, but I have no intention to go back and watch those first two ones, nor do I want to watch this one again because I found this movie to be weird and confusing and just dumb. But before I really just tear this thing to shreds, I'm gonna start talking about what I really liked. Um, I like the combat. I like the combat with a capital K. I think that when it is firing on its cylinders of action and blood and gore and just mayhem, I think it does a great job. The first 10 minutes alone are incredible, absolutely incredible. Had the movie kept that tone, that type of aesthetic, even the type of camera work, I think it would have really benefited the overall project. But sadly, the first 10 minutes were the setup. It was to establish bits and pieces of this world, which then get put together into a very messy picture. Um, but when that messy picture again relies on combat, when it comes time for the action sequences, for the most part, they do a pretty good job and they're entertaining enough. However, from what I know of Mortal Kombat, the game series, I know that it's very, very, very violent, very gory, very unique in the way that they eliminate characters. I think that is the game's ultimate draw. I don't think people pick up a Mortal Kombat game for its story. I don't even know if they have a story mode. I don't play those games. But when I have seen other people play those games, when I've sparingly played them throughout my life, maybe less than 10 times total, I always remember, doing the epic finishers and getting those bloody kills. And if the movie did more of that, I think it would have been passable at times. At least, in the future, you could go back and watch moments where it's at least fun to watch. However, I found those moments to be few and far between. Instead, the movie tries to take itself very seriously and it just comes off as being dumb. This movie moves at a just breakneck pace. It's under 2 hours long, but it feels incredibly long just because nothing makes sense. This entire time I was watching the movie, I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know why I should care. I don't know why the characters in the movie care. And I don't know where they're getting the information. Maybe when I was watching it, everything was just flying past my head. And if that's what happened, I will have to check it out again if I find out that this thing is just the greatest thing since sliced bread. But even if it was more on my fault, at least for the first watch around, the movie did not convey coherently enough what it needed to do to keep me interested. And I finished it purposely for this review, and so I could talk about it with friends, and just kind of say that I did it. But to be honest, I got 30, 40 minutes in, and I couldn't tell you what was going on. I was so thoroughly lost, and I really was just watching imagery on screen. So, but if there's something there, I will give it a rewatch. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't need to go back and waste 2 more hours of my life, because I feel that this movie just wanted to go, 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 go. Yet they didn't give you enough to relate to sink your teeth into. This movie could have been very rich. It could have been very deep, and there's a difference between being rich and deep and serious, because you can take an idea incredibly serious, but you have to have substance beneath it. You have to have that bedrock to build upon. You know, they didn't have that. This could have been a really unique take on martial arts in a mystical setting, which includes creatures and aliens and humans and weapons, but it all comes off as just colorful noise. And again, I was so lost. I cannot tell you any of the characters' names besides Scorpion and Sub-Zero, only because I know that those are the most popular too. When they're on screen, awesome, but that's 10 minutes of the movie, 15 tops. You could even count that as a small spoiler, but they are not the centerpieces, sadly. I feel that they should have been more centerpieces, because even as someone who doesn't play the games often, I know who they are. Instead, we get this convoluted story trying to wrap and weave itself inside the idea of Mortal Kombat. Maybe there is a rich mythology behind the Mortal Kombat games that I'm not aware of, but even if the mythology that they presented to the viewer in this movie, it just wasn't there. It did not click with me. And I thought that the writing was really poor. I thought the dialogue was really poor. And the ideas that they had just weren't conveyed well enough. I really am, upset about that. And pardon my lights going out, but yeah, perhaps that's just time for me to, end this. But yeah, Mortal Kombat, the new 2021 movie, it did not impress me at all. And I'm really sad to see that. I thought this movie had a lot of potential. I really liked the trailer. I thought the trailer was amazing, but overall there just isn't enough there to put meat on these bones. I know that there are plans to make more movies. I'm sure there are people out there who would love a sequel to this, technically a fourth Mortal Kombat movie. And I would watch that too, because again, I think there's potential here. They just didn't strike oil on this first go, but I will give them the benefit of the doubt. But just, yeah, if you're going into Mortal Kombat expecting this Lord of the Rings type deepness, or the action of a John Wick movie, or the humor of a Marvel movie, or the character development of a DC movie, you're not gonna find any of it. But again, if you're looking forward to watching this, please do. But just understand that this movie overall wasn't very good, and I simply couldn't understand it. Hope you have better luck with it, but yeah, good luck. I thought Mortal Kombat was a very colorful and expensive mess. All right, well, that is my review of the new movie Mortal Kombat. If you like this video, comment, share, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, peace.